Hey y'all, listen, I'm back again with Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 10, The Getaway Part 2. My name is Shana. I hope that y'all rewatch this. If you've watched my review that I put up yesterday, it had just a small clip of music. And if you're new here or, if you're not, I've gotten demonetized the end of last year and I just got remonetized. So I've been demonetized for like close to a year, at least like 9 months or so. And having that little clip of music, I thought I edited it out. I thought I cropped it out. I'm not tech savvy at all. So I could not get it out. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I didn't want to risk having that review up there with that clip of music. I don't know how it came on. I was doing Car Chronicles. The music just suddenly came on, like out of nowhere. And I didn't feel like stopping then and re-recording, but I should have. So I'm in the work parking lot. Let me hurry up. But so I said, you know what? I'm just going to delete the whole thing, do it again. So please do your girl a solid. Like the video. If you commented yesterday and I missed your comment, my apologies. Drop down below, comment again, and I will respond. I love to hear your feedback. Let me know your thoughts. Listen all the way through. Watch the ads. It all helps. It's free, and it definitely helps get your girl back on track. Now let's get into it. Thank you, and I appreciate it so much. I gotta go to work, so I'm gonna get into it, but be quick. Oh, you still gonna laugh though. So Angie and Deanna are in the bottom, and Cam meets with Angie and Khalil meets with D. And Angie, she's saying that she was a little uneasy because she's in the bottom. She's not sure what to expect because of the conversation about the busting windows out of the car ordeal. She knows that it rubbed a lot of the guys the wrong way, especially Cam. Cam is like, look, I'm feeling a way because I don't like that. Like, I don't like that you busted somebody's windows out their car. We don't know how long ago it was. Angie's 40. We don't know she was 20 when she did it. But she sounded like, and this is what I got from it, like she sounded like she would do it again. Like if you rub her the wrong way, she just might do it another time. Period. Okay? So don't mess up. And Cam is just wondering, like, if he does mess up, what will happen? And my thing is, he puts so much emphasis on if I mess up, what's going to happen? Why are you expecting and anticipating on messing up? Like, it seems like he's going into it with expectations that he may mess up. You shouldn't even be, yes, you're not going to be perfect. No one's perfect. You may upset someone. But what are your expectations that you think that you're going to mess up? What are you thinking that you're going to do that you're going to mess up so bad that she may feel some kind of way to the point where she busts your windows out your car? Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. Over with Deanna and Khalil, she says that she only sees Khalil as a friend, and she knows her match isn't there, and she knows her match isn't there, and we know it, he know it, they know it, everybody know it. Her bag should have been packed at the door, okay? I said this in my review yesterday. It feels weird saying it again, but here we are. Her bag should have already been packed, waiting to go. And Khalil should have also had his bags packed, ready to go, okay? They both should have just been gone. Because when she got eliminated, he should have self-eliminated, okay? I knew last week that she was going to go home. Some people thought Angie was. I knew Angie wasn't going to go home this time because she does have a makeshift connection with Hussein. So I knew that would give her a little more time. But I do think she'll be the next woman to go. And Angie, she was just feeling some kind of way. Like, I shouldn't even had to have this conversation. Girl, are you serious? Not only do the men not like your, the over independence that she and Deanna kind of have, but she's been saying that, I have a hard time letting a man lead. And then it's like, I bust windows out of cars. So why didn't you think you would be here? You should have known you were going to be there. So after Deanna's elimination, the producers make everyone play a game, and the game is basically never have I ever, but like the card edition, okay? They wrote the questions on the card. Everybody take a drink if you've done whatever it says. Of course, most of the questions were overly sexual. I don't like overly sexual questions when it comes to these type of dating shows. I think it's too soon, and I don't see how it helps build connections. But They do it anyway. They do it regardless. And what I've gathered from it seems like Tay is pretty inexperienced. She don't like a lot of freaky stuff. Okay, pretty vanilla. Angie, she got a lot of experience. Okay, she did make me laugh when one of the questions was, have you ever watched yourself in the mirror during the do? And she said she has, but she didn't have her glasses on, so she couldn't see herself. Because, baby, I got to wear my glasses. I'm a glasses girly, okay? Cam was saying that he likes that. Like, he likes, that she's experienced. But if I'm not mistaken, he tried to shame her when she met up with his homegirl, saying why everything gotta be sexual. Or when it was time to meet the friends or whatever. When it was time, maybe it was when it was time to meet the exes, he was like, okay, everything's always sexual. He didn't like that. You tried to shame her for her, and now he's saying that's why she's his connection. No, she's your connection because you want to have a bunch of connections to make it to the end. Cisco was just sitting there, child. I don't even know what child. He was just there. He wanted to take a nap. So, Khalil and Tay discussed their connection, and the next morning, there is no connection, okay? The lack thereof. For real. And Khalil says even though Tay wants kids in 2 to 3 years, he wants kids in 4 to 5 years because, he wants to get married and he wants to enjoy life with his partner first before having kids. And that makes sense to me. And, when the vault later on with the elimination, Tay was saying that he said 5 to 6 years. He didn't say 5 to 6 years. Like, she tried to push the time back to try to stretch it out to make it seem longer than it was. 2 to 3 years and 4 to 5 years is not that drastic of a difference. Like, if she liked him, this could have been a conversation where they compromise and meet somewhere in the middle. You say 2 to 3 years, he says 4 to 5. Why not meet in the middle and say, okay, 3 years? 3 years is enough time, I think, to spend time, get to know each other, have fun together, and then bring a child in the world. You don't want to rush to bring children in the world. A lot of people do. Like I said, I've done it. Shouldn't have did that. So I would not recommend, okay? But Tay is pissed. And she's like, why didn't you tell me this sooner? I don't want to be 40 having my first child. You should have, had you told me this, I would have never got as close to you as I did. But when Cisco waited to tell you that he was homeless with no car and one pair of jeans, you didn't feel no way. You felt a little upset, but you didn't go off like this. But when Khalil has all the things on paper that you claim you want, he just wants to wait a little while to have children. Oh no, all these red flags. Girl, make it make sense. But the person you want to have a child with is unstable Cisco, who's in his 40s and doesn't even have transportation to take you and said baby to and from the hospital. Girl, make it make sense. Tay just wanted a reason to choose Cisco. They decided they just gonna be friends. And again, I don't know why they had Khalil sitting there. I guess they needed somebody at the end to do eliminations. So we see Kiera. She's still upset with Jay. Jay's doing a terrible job of defusing the situation. And I forgot to point this out, so I'm glad I'm redoing the review. What was all that deodorant he had on the back of his shirt? And I think my girl Brave Thoughts, shout out to Brave, subscribe to her channel. She does Ready to Love reviews as well. She's the only other person I know that pointed out the deodorant all on the back. Like, what were you doing? Like, Jay, maybe you need to put the shirt on and then put the deodorant on afterwards. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's besides the point. So Jay apologized for how things looked with Sahar. Not for what transpired, not for what took place, just for how they looked and the optics of it. You don't apologize for how it looked. Because it looked exactly what happened. How it looked is exactly what happened. Apologize for what you did. So Kiera was like, you know what? I'm bringing Sahar out. Why? I don't know. Because, if you're going to stay with the man, what's the point? So she asked Sahar if she feels like she and Jay have a connection. Sahar said yes. And Jay immediately tried playing Sahar's face and tried to downplay everything in front of Kiera. I do think that Jay looked at Sahar as more of a friend, but I think he wanted to keep the door cracked. Like, he's open to a friends with benefits situation if it was to present itself. But he got to downplay it and make it not seem like what it was in front of Kiera. And what kind of friendships? He said he rubs on his friends. Kiera, pay attention. Because what are you rubbing necks and intertwining legs and talking about, oh, next time you gotta take your top off and all this? Is that what I heard? That's what you do with your friends? Kiara, you got bigger fish to fry, baby. I wouldn't, that has to, because she already set the boundary before they got there, and he did that anyway, and then try to say, oh, we just friends. No. Kiara's not tripping for, like, I know a lot of people are like, she's immature, and the way she handled it absolutely was, but I don't blame her for being upset. But Sahara was like, look, I didn't know y'all was a couple. And Kiara said, we're not. But since day one, it's always been my man, my man, my man. Girl, do you hear yourself? Help me to understand how that makes any ounce of sense. How is it my man, my man, my man, and that's not your man? Child, somebody pulled up on me, but we're going to keep talking, okay? I got tense, but they like light. And she looking in here. But anyway, it's okay. Let's keep going. And Sahara's confused because she like, Jay, you said that she knew you had other connections. And Jay was like, she told me to talk to other people. What's the issue here? What's going on here? What sense does this make? What's the problem? Did you really want him to talk to other people, Kiara? Was it just a test to see if he would? Or were you fine with him talking to other people until you realized you don't have no connections, so you don't want him talking to nobody? What was it? So Sahara walked off as she should, okay? Because what is this? And after she walked off, Jay was still trying to say something about the friendship, and Kiara was like, okay, but you didn't check her. Check her how? For what? What are you talking about? Check her for what? Like, I didn't like that. And Jay was like, look, he said in his confessional, like, he has to keep fighting for his woman. And again, what is this? Y'all need to come out and admit that y'all are a couple. That's the point of the show. I know in previous seasons, people, when they got coupled up, they got eliminated, which makes no sense at all, and it's completely backwards. Y'all are a couple. I gotta fight for my woman. It's my man, my man, my man. Okay, we all together. Just say that. But she's not going anywhere. Next. So Angie and Hussein have a chat. Hussein don't even call Angie, so I don't even know what they talking about. It's clear that he likes Rose better, and we're gonna get into Rose because Rose is a pick-me, and there's no other way around it. But she explains that Tommy tasked her with expressing her concern of letting a man lead. He said he needs to be allowed to feel like he's the head of household and the leader in the situation. What are you going to do to earn that, for her to allow that? You don't just get that because you were born a male. You don't just because you're a male and you're a man that you just get that. Well, you have to earn that. You just want to feel like the leader without doing no work. But she did give a background of how her mom's a homemaker, but really a strong woman. I wouldn't be surprised about her being a homemaker. She had 11 children. She said she was a strong backbone for, her dad. And then we see Cam. He's sitting with Rose, and he basically feel away because she's spending more time with Hussein than him. Even though he's bragging about having 3 connections. So, let me get this straight. It's cool when you do it. It's cool when you have all these connections, you want to talk to everybody and sow your wild oats. But it's a problem when they do. When your connections have other connections, it's an issue. Okay, you want them to talk to people until they start talking to people. And Cam isn't worried about spending time with Rose. It's a numbers game. He just wants to make it to the end. He's not serious about him, and his bald head ain't serious about nobody. I did think he liked Sahara more, but I don't think he wants anything serious with anybody. He's not really ready to laugh. And the religious beliefs, that's not gonna work. I don't even know why Rose is entertaining this, but she want to make it to the end too, and she had picked me. So Rose said even though Hussein has other connections, he never made her feel like he had other connections, and that's the difference. And Rose said that she knows for a fact that she has a different connection with Cam than the other girls. How do you know that, Rose? How do you know that? What are you saying? You have no idea what him and his other connections are talking about. You don't know what his connection is with the other women. You aren't privy to the conversations. You're not there for the conversations. He could be having the exact same conversation. What are you talking about? What are you saying? My issue with Rose is that you don't have to downplay his connections with other women to uplift your connection. If your connection is that great, then he would have been telling you, Rose, I have a stronger connection with you than I do the other women. Now, in the vault, she said that he agreed with her when she said that, but he was sitting in front of you. Of course, he agreed with you. He wants to keep the connection. But he would have been the one saying it. You don't come out of thin air saying, I know we do because we have different conversations. You don't know what kind of conversations they having. You just like to go along to get along and agree with everything. So Kiara is still mad at Jay. We the people over it. We don't care. Girl, I mean, if you ain't going to leave, then hush up. So Cisco planned a massage date for Tay. Oldest trick in the book for a man that don't got no coins, okay? That's the tracks for a man with no budget. And Tay said no one's ever given her a massage. And I said, Tay, what has a man done for you lately? Have you gotten flowers? Do you get a phone call? A date? It's like the bare minimum. Like in Philly, it's like we are praising the barest of minimums. A massage? No one's ever given you a massage? The bare bones. And she just loving it. Child. Mind you. Cisco, and I said this before, I'll say it again. He's 41. At any age, you can change career paths. You can do anything. Life can happen. I don't think he should be dating while he's not in the space to date because he doesn't have himself together. He should be focusing on getting himself together. He's talking about potential riding with him till the wheels fall off while he gets himself together. Sir, you don't have the bare necessities you need as an adult. This woman's saying she wants to have children. She wants to get, I don't know if she wants to get married. It didn't seem like having children is more of a priority than getting married. But whatever, it's not for everybody. But it's like, she's saying she wants to settle down, and you don't even have the bare necessities you need, like shelter, as an adult. So, but you want somebody to see your potential. Tay, like, the bar is in hell. The expectations are low in Philly, and I don't like that. Like, it just seems like y'all just trying to win the game, and I don't know why, because don't nobody win no money at the end. So, but they was getting all up close and personal. And I wouldn't be surprised if it went down tonight. It probably been going down already. That's why she can't shake them. I mean, they probably going to walk the bridge. But I want to know who's going to make it past the reunion. And as we can see from the confessionals, everybody's all dressed up and dolled up and got their makeup done. So y'all filmed the reunion too early like y'all always do. Get it together. So the getaway is over and the ladies meet in the vault. And Rose, once again, is saying how she has a different connection with Cam than the other ladies. And Angie and Sahara fell away because, girl, how? How do you know that? Tell us how you know that. Like, Sahara in confessional, like, girl, the only person who knows the connection that me and Cam have is me and Cam. You don't know what connection we have? I don't know what Cam is telling her. Maybe Cam is telling Rose something off camera that's gassing her head up to make her think this. But you really don't know. And as a full-grown woman, you know you can't take everything these men are saying, especially in this type of dynamic. Of course he's saying that because he wants to keep you on his roster. It's like, I wanted to like Rose, and I don't dislike Rose, but I don't like pick-me's. And I feel like when you're trying to tear down what other women, you shouldn't be talking about another woman, another connection, his other connections. You should only be focused on your connection and what y'all got going on. And that's pick-me behavior. So Tay said Khalil was a strong connection to hers. No, he wasn't, girl. But anyway. But she basically didn't like that he wasn't honest about his time frame with wanting to have kids, which, again, I'm sure this is something that could have been easily resolved. He was trying to have a conversation with you, and you just shut it down. In her confessional, Kiara was saying she's not upset with Sahara because she don't see no competition. I didn't know why she had to say that, but okay. But she's just upset with Jay. Jay is the only person you should be upset with because Jay is the person you had the conversation with, and Jay was the one who owes you that. Sahara didn't know nothing about it and didn't owe you nothing, actually. Y'all are in a date. This is a dating show. Like, this isn't like, oh, you're with him in real life and somebody's trying to take your man. Like, this ain't that. But, Kiara, you lost me earlier with the whole you didn't check her thing. Again, no, ma'am. Didn't like that. Because it just didn't make no sense for me. And if you're going to be the jealous type, you shouldn't be on this show. But also, when we get to the getaway, we should have some couples locked in. And we have none. Maybe Kiara and Jay. And that's it. So Khalil and Jay are up for elimination. Is Jay up for elimination? Like, we could just get past the finale because I really don't care. Let's just get to the reunion. But Khalil got eliminated like we knew he would, and like he should have self-eliminated, but he didn't. But he's out of there. Next week, they meet the families. The ladies are going to meet the men's family. So I'm excited to see that. Again, thanks for stopping by. If you've watched this before and you watched it on through for me, I appreciate you. If it's your first time here, please like the video, subscribe. It's always a growing channel. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.